My people, something big is happening right now, and it is shaking tables across Nigeria, from Abuja to the far north, from Lagos to Sokoto. You need to sit down and listen carefully because what we are hearing is not small talk at all. Please, before I continue, do me one favor. Like this video right now and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss this kind of deep gist and analysis. Now let's enter the matter properly. For months now, Nigerians have been talking about cabals, those so-called hidden powers, the invisible hands that control what happens in politics, in the economy, and even in the corridors of government. Some people say they are the ones who decide who rises and who falls in this country. They are the shadowy figures who manipulate things from behind the scenes. President Bola Tinubu has said again and again that he is not controlled by anyone, that there is no cabal holding him hostage, that no one sponsored him to power or is dictating his decisions. He says he is his own man, fully in charge. But you know how Nigerians are. That word cabal has become a permanent part of our national vocabulary. Anytime things go wrong, people say, the cabal is at work. Now, just when we thought the talk was cooling down, another fire has started, and this time the match was struck by none other than Ibrahim Traoré, the young military leader of Burkina Faso. Yes, this same Traoré who has become popular across Africa for speaking boldly against foreign control, corruption and bad government. This same Traoré has now allegedly exposed those sponsoring evil in Nigeria. Imagine the weight of that kind of statement. Another African leader pointing fingers and saying there are people in Nigeria who are backing the evil destroying your country. People who fund insecurity, disunity, and crisis. My people, that kind of talk is not small. Oh. It shakes political alliances, it shakes reputations, and right now, it is shaking the entire North to its core. Please, if you are following this gist, like this video right now and subscribe, because we are going deeper. Now, why is the North so confused? You see, northern Nigeria has already been facing terrible challenges: banditry, kidnappings, insurgency, farmer-herder clashes, hunger and poverty. Families have been displaced, roads have become unsafe, and people are losing faith in both government and traditional institutions. So when someone from another country suddenly says there are sponsors of this evil among you, naturally, people start to ask, who are these people? Are they within the North? Are they politicians? Are they foreign agents? Or is this just another political distraction?
That confusion is what is spreading like wildfire right now. On the other side, President Tinubu himself is feeling the heat. Because if Nigerians begin to believe that these cabals truly exist, and now another president from a neighboring country is confirming it, that puts pressure on him. He has to show he is fully in control, that no secret cabal is pulling his strings, that his administration is not being manipulated from the shadows. It becomes a matter of credibility and authority. Now, let's break it down small so everyone can understand clearly. What does it mean to expose sponsors of evil? It can mean a lot of things. It could mean calling out those who fund terrorists and bandits. It could mean identifying politicians who secretly benefit from chaos and unrest. It could even mean revealing powerful business people who launder money to destabilize the nation. But until we see names and evidence, everything remains speculation, claims and counterclaims. That is why we must tread carefully, because in this era of social media, disinformation spreads faster than the truth. Like this video now if you believe Nigeria deserves clarity and truth, and subscribe so that together we can keep shining light on these dark corners. Now, let's connect this gist to the wider picture. Nigeria right now is under pressure. We just witnessed deadly attacks in Benue and Kaduna. The cost of living keeps rising, inflation is squeezing families, and protests are breaking out in many states. So when this story of cabals and evil sponsors enters the mix, it only adds more fire to the chaos. And in the North, people are already asking, is this why peace has been running away from us? At the same time, we have to ask, why now? Why is Traore saying this at this particular moment? Is he trying to position himself as a hero in African politics? Is he trying to shift attention from his own country's issues? Or he truly has proof and wants to help Nigeria? In politics, my people, timing is everything. Let's not forget, this is not the first time we're hearing about cabals in Nigeria. During past administrations, the same story came up. We heard about shadow advisors, kitchen cabinets, and secret power brokers. Sometimes it was true, sometimes it was exaggerated.
But the fact that the word cabal still lives on today means Nigerians still believe that there are powers stronger than the ones we see. And this is why Tinubu must treat this matter seriously. Denying it is not enough anymore. If there are no cabals, let the government show openness and transparency. If there are sponsors of evil, let them be exposed and punished, whether they are from the north, south, east, or west. Because the truth is, the suffering touches every Nigerian, no matter the tribe or religion. Viewers, please don't just watch quietly. I want to hear your voice in the comments. Do you believe Ibrahim Traore truly exposed anything? Or do you think it's just a political show? Drop your opinion below and don't forget to like and subscribe because your voice matters in this discussion. Now let's talk about the danger of rumors. When people hear that sponsors of evil have been exposed, the first reaction is to start pointing fingers, to suspect tribes, religions, or political parties. That is dangerous because it can create more division, more hate, and more bloodshed. That's why we must demand facts, not noise. We must demand names and evidence, not emotions. If those sponsors truly exist, let the security agencies investigate them properly. Let the court do their job, because confusion helps nobody. For those watching from the north, let me say this clearly. Confusion is not the solution. What we need now is unity and truth. If anyone, whether in the north or the south, is behind the pain of innocent Nigerians, then those people are the real enemies of the nation. And as this story continues to unfold, remember, like this video now and subscribe, because we will keep tracking every angle of this matter as new reactions come out. Now let's shift to the political angle, because in Nigeria, everything, even the truth, eventually meets politics. Especially with 2027 already in the minds of many politicians. This whole Tinubu versus cabal talk and the alleged exposure of evil sponsors can reshape political alliances ahead of the next election. For President Tinubu, it's both a test and an opportunity. It's a test because any suggestion that hidden forces are controlling his government can weaken public trust. People are already angry over hardship and high prices. So if they start believing that secret groups are behind their suffering, the pressure will rise even more.
But it's also an opportunity for Tinubu to prove he's truly in charge. If he can expose or dismantle any such power structure, if he can take bold action against those funding insecurity, he will strengthen his image as a strong and independent leader. For politicians in the north, though, this story cuts both ways. Some may feel targeted and will quickly distance themselves, saying, no, it's propaganda. Others will use it as a political weapon, saying, look, the people being exposed are from your side, not ours. You know how our politics works. Every revelation becomes a tool, either to attack or defend. My viewers, let me ask you directly, do you think this will affect the northern political class ahead of 2027? Drop your thoughts in the comments and like this video so more people can join the conversation. Now, let's not forget the most important people in this whole story. The ordinary Nigerians. Because at the end of the day, all this big grammar, cabals, evil sponsors, foreign interference, it is still the common man who suffers. When insecurity spreads, it's villagers, farmers, students, traders, and civil servants who pay the price. When bandits strike, it is the poor that pay ransom. When bad policies hit, it's the families that can't afford food or fuel. So when we hear that there are sponsors of evil, the real question is, why has it been so difficult to trace and stop them? If truly there are people benefiting from this chaos, that means some are growing rich while millions are trapped in pain. And this is where Ibrahim Traore's voice becomes powerful and controversial, Because it's not a Nigerian saying it this time. It's a foreign leader, a young military ruler from Burkina Faso. For him to make that kind of statement is like pouring salt on a wound. It forces Nigeria to either act or defend itself. Please, if you are still with me, like this video right now because we are still going deeper. Now back to the North. The North has always been the backbone of Nigeria's politics. Whoever wins the North usually wins the presidency. But at the same time, it's the region suffering most from insecurity. From Boko Haram in Borno, to bandits in Zamfara, from herder clashes in Plateau, to kidnappings in Niger State, the pain is real. So when a foreign leader says sponsors of this evil exist, it makes people ask, are these crises just random, or are they being fueled by powerful interests? That's where the confusion lies, and confusion in a place already on edge can be dangerous. Now let's talk about how people see Ibrahim Traoré himself. To some, he is a brave African voice standing up against oppression and foreign interference. To others, he is a populist soldier who talks big but still struggles to govern. So when he makes statements about Nigeria, you will always have two groups: those who believe him completely and those who say he's just chasing attention. But one thing we must agree on: Nigeria needs accountability. If sponsors of evil truly exist, we must see investigations. The National Assembly, EFCC, DSS, and the security agencies must take this seriously. We can't keep sweeping allegations like this under the carpet. And as citizens, we must not allow politicians or propaganda to divide us. Whether you are from the North, South, East, or West, the suffering is the same. The insecurity touches all. If you agree with me, like this video right now and subscribe so this message can reach more Nigerians. Now, imagine this. If tomorrow, Ibrahim Traoré or his team drop a list of names and say, these are the sponsors of evil in Nigeria, what will happen? There will be outrage, tension, and panic. The media will explode. People will demand arrests, and others will say it's fake news. But the real question is, will anything actually happen? Because in the past, names have been mentioned, and nothing came out of it. So as we wait, we must stay wise, believe only what has proof, support only what has truth, and refuse to be used as pawns in political games. Because when politicians play chess, it is the ordinary people that become the pieces on the board. So my brothers and sisters, as we wrap up this episode, tell me in the comments, do you believe there are sponsors of evil in Nigeria? Do you think Traoré truly knows something, or is it just politics? Drop your answers below. And before you go, like this video right now and subscribe. Because this story is not ending today. More revelations will come, more tables will shake, and we'll be right here to break it down together. Thank you for watching, my people. Stay safe, stay wise, and always remember, in Nigeria's politics, nothing is ever as simple as it looks.